Tonight at 11, for the first time in 7 months, Metro Police detectives have arrested a pimp. And for IMPD, that's a long stretch without such an arrest. In May, our Call 6 investigators reported women in Indianapolis were 20 times more likely to be arrested for prostitution than the men who forced them to do it. Tonight, only on RTV6, we talked to IMPD about how they arrested this suspect, even though they weren't looking for him, the challenges police face in finding the pimps behind prostitution, and why this pimp arrest could be the only one for Metro Police this year. An undercover officer investigating prostitution activity near 10th and Rural on the Near East Side last month says Lamont King yelled out to her. According to the officer, King offered her $70 of every $100 she made if she came to work for him as a prostitute. Instead, King became IMPD's first pimp arrest of the year.
He approached her and he wanted for her protection a cut of the proceeds, so to speak, and that made him a promoter. You know, he's helping her promote herself as a prostitute, unknowing that she was an undercover cop.
Sergeant John Daggy has been an Indianapolis police officer for 29 years, 11 of those spent undercover. For his protection, we've agreed not to show his face. Daggy was involved in the state's first ever human trafficking case and has worked hundreds of prostitution investigations over his career. But those cases are drying up for an unexpected reason: the closure of the online classified site Backpage earlier this year. For anti-trafficking groups, the site's shutdown was a win, but for police, it meant the loss of one of the best tools they had to find trafficking cases and prosecute criminals.
We just don't see, not that it doesn't happen, and we just don't see the pimps on the street like you do in the shows. They're hiding in cyberspace and at the hotels.
On Backpage, women and their pimps could post ads for sex, and police could pose as Johns, leading to arrests. Now with Backpage down, police believe they'll see more women back out on the streets to strike up deals. A former prostitute who now helps women leave the life believes that spells trouble for already vulnerable women.
With the shutting down of Backpage, they still have to make money, and whether they have a pimp or not, but especially if they have a pimp, then that becomes extremely dangerous for them.